What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Life TV with Poetry. I am Poetry. You are here for a PNTV. That's Poetry's News and Twisted Views. Woo! I got the sun in my eyes. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to put y'all on pause, and we're going to come back when I get out the sun. For real, though. All right, y'all. We ain't out the sun all the way, but, my camera ain't going to... it's only going to last for so long in pause mode. So, I'm up here down here complaining about the sun in my face, and it's people going through some hellacious weather right now, baby. So we're going to talk about the winter storm that just hit yesterday. We're going to talk about the 2 daycare workers that was arrested in St. Louis, my hometown. We're also going to talk about a crazy international story that happened in the Philippines, dealing with turtles. You see this damn kid turning the corner? Shut the fuck up. Blowing their goddamn horn at me. You got the doggone peoples out there, with the kids saying do not turn, do not cross, and this motherfucker blowing their horn at me. You welcome, sir, to school crossing guard. Heifers. These motherfuckers so impatient in this city. Anyway, as I was saying, we also going to talk about what happened in Manila, for the Philippines with some damn turtles. That's about international story today. We're going to talk about Jaden Smith and what he's doing with his foundation, and then we're going to talk about Jacqueline Smith. Hopefully, I can get all this in on this whole ride. Y'all see my glasses just darkened up on me. I got them transition lenses for you, baby, but that sun was still with my butt. But as I was saying about the sun, I'm so glad that I moved to Florida as far as the weather is concerned. And Florida has some of the most prettiest skylines that I have seen next to Africa. When I was living in Mogadishu, when I was in the military, I was living in Mogadishu for a few months. The skylines were so pretty. It was like the stars. You could reach up and just grab them. That's how close they were to you. And that's how Orlando seems to be. Last night or yesterday morning, I was taking Keen to work, and we saw damn Jupiter. I think it was Jupiter. Like, you saw the moon out there, right? And then you see this really bright star next to it. And it was a northern star, because the northern star is below the moon. We saw one of them up to it. It looks damn near like the moon. And we was like, what the fuck? That's a damn planet. Anybody else saw that? It happened, I was going to say about 5 or 6 in the morning. I took Keenan to work we left out the house at 5:30. So between 5:30 and 6:15 a.m. is when I was able to see this. And then I went to the house to grab my camera. And then I come back outside and it was daylight. So I didn't get to take a picture of it. It was so freaking pretty. That's probably the only time in my life that I have seen a planet with my natural eye. You can go through the planetarium or the science center or whatever, and you can get the little telescope and you can see them through that way. But I've never seen it with my natural eye. It was so fucking gorgeous. I don't know what that meant. I don't know if I should be leery or wary at the fact that I've seen that damn planet that close to the moon or that visible. It was beautiful. The sun was out at 6 o'clock. The sun was coming up too. So we had the sun, the moon, and that damn planet. And then you still see the North Star up there as well. It was planes that were circling like, anybody else see this shit? Anybody else see this? It was so fucking gorgeous. I didn't Google to see if anybody else in the news picked it up. But that was just a beautiful sight. Somebody from that plane had to catch that. Somebody had to catch that shit. But Sunday night, though, we getting hit with weather. The global warming is fucking real to the 10th power, and your dumbass president think that global warming just means that the planet just gonna heat the fuck up. He don't understand the polar vortexes and things like that. Sunday, they have named, I didn't know that they named the winter storm. They have named this winter storm Winter Storm Scott. Winter Storm Scott started in the Midwest and pummeled across to the Northeast, causing the southern states to also be affected by it. I believe some of the northern states, Cali and all that, was affected as well. So states like Missouri, Illinois, Kansas, they were supposed to get hit heaviest by the storm, and they were actually able to avoid most of it, and they had 3 inches of snow landfall on Sunday. Okay, that storm's blowing in over to the East Coast at this point, though. And so from the northern states like New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, going all the way down to the southern states of Virginia. They're supposed to get hit with a record of, I ain't gonna say a record, but a possibility of 20 inches of snow still to come up until, I think, today. Today's Monday. Yes, from Sunday to Monday, 20 inches of snow is supposed to hit. A lot of schools are closed. It's just crazy out there. This is a bad winter for a lot of these areas. And Nebraska, of all places, y'all know I'm trying to go to Nevada soon. They close. Nebraska is supposed to be hit with minus 20 below degree wind chills today and tonight. Bundle the fuck up, y'all. Bundle the fuck up. And yes, I'm finna throw some little funny pun shade. Don't go to Subway at 2 a.m. Bundle the fuck up, though. Minus 20 degree below wind chills. Baby. Thank God I was blessed to be able to move to Florida. That's all we got was a lot of rain. We got a lot of heavy rain. When I woke up this morning, I was like a storm came through and I didn't know it. I slept peacefully through it. All praises, But some of our neighboring states, Georgia and Alabama, got towed the fuck up last night. A massive surge of tornadoes ripped through, leaving at least 43,000 residents and businesses without power. And they have reported that at least 23 people died as a result of those tornadoes in the state of Alabama. And the number, I believe, is still rising as of this morning. So our prayers go out to all the families and loved ones who are affected by these storms. Like even with the snow and the ice storms, we having massive crashes. Y'all seen that pile up in Kansas on the highways? Y'all seen that massive pile up? Yeah, people like that, they drive crazy and them people were speeding. I don't even know why they were speeding that fast, but when you're going at that speed, you can't slow down because you're on dry ice, black ice, and snow and all that craziness. Slow the fuck down. Drive with caution. Don't drive at all if you don't have to. That's what I'm saying. Stay the fuck home. If you have one of those types of jobs that allow you to stay the fuck home, stay home. The post office, as far as I know, is the only crazy motherfuckers that want their people to still come out in this shit. And probably a lot of businesses, they don't give a fuck about people. If they figure they can get there, you can get there too. But this weather is crazy, y'all. This weather is absolutely crazy. And when you got temperatures dropping like in Nebraska, the minus 20 below wind chill factory, power is essential. So I'm not sure what the temperatures are in Alabama and Georgia, but 42,000 people without power. And usually when it's like cold temperatures like this, it takes a while for the electric company to get the power back on. They got to defrost lines and all kind of craziness. Just last week, if I'm not mistaken, they had snow in Southern California. I mean, it has happened, but not often. All the way down to Mexico. I have never heard it snow in Mexico. Snow in Mexico, y'all. Just last week. I thought that I was going to get to this point in my life and I was going to move to a warmer climate and I was going to be able to just really enjoy the weather and take, stock in the fullness of nature and God's sun just tapping down on my melanin. But it ain't working out that way because there's so much underlying issues as far as like the world is concerned and its ability to thrive, reproduce natural resources and stuff. And the world is angry at us and it is attacking back. It is. So yeah, our prayers out to those folks in Alabama and Georgia and any families affected by that. And speaking of my hometown, I said that St. Louis only got hit with like 3 inches of snow. They was expecting 7 from what I heard. I know y'all heard this story. I'm not going to dive in too deeply with it because it ain't doing nothing but pissing me the fuck off just talking about it and thinking about it right now. 2 daycare workers at the Brighter Day, let me make sure I get that right, the Brighter Daycare and Preschool. I want to say that's the damn preschool that was around the corner from my house. I can't remember that because, and if that is the one, that's the one that my friend's family owns. I'm going to have to look that up a little more deeply. But the Brighter Daycare in St. Louis had 2 daycare workers who have been charged with, I forgot the exact charges, but I'm going to say child endangerment and assault. One worker, 27-year-old Wilma Brown, was charged with throwing a 3-year-old child into a wall. The young child, little girl, had a gash in her forehead that required 7 stitches to tape her up. 3-year-old child. Imagine the amount of damage that could have been done. Little baby could have broke her neck. The little child could have died. You know what I'm saying? So far, Wilma Brown has just been charged, and an arrest warrant has been issued for her. She has no phone. So ain't nobody able to contact her by phone. They haven't been able to track her down at her residence. They believe that the residence probably wasn't even hers. St. Louis people are good for like using old addresses to avoid people knowing where the hell we from. My ID right now still has the address from the hotel when I moved into Florida. I ain't updated until this damn driver's license expires 7 years from now. I don't know if that's a everywhere thing, but I know St. Louis people, that's the St. Louis thing. We don't update addresses. We don't do that. You want to find me? You better know me where I can tell you where I'm at. So they haven't been able to find Miss Wilma Brown. Now, another daycare worker in this exact same daycare facility named Ariana Silva, age 22, is also being charged. She squashed the arm of a young 4-year-old child, punctured her skin. I don't know what she punctured it with, but they said she punctured the child's skin, and she carried her around by her foot. This is all caught on video. I don't understand why these people don't realize that these daycare centers and places like this have video footage. These the motherfuckers that don't care. They don't give a fuck. They live by the code. I don't give a fuck. It's cameras all over. Okay? Ariana Silva, to my knowledge, has been arrested. They didn't just charge her. They also arrested her. So she has been arrested. These poor babies, they're going to be traumatized for life. At the 3 and 4-year-old age, this is where they're developing. They're not going to forget that shit. They're not going to know. They may not remember specifically what happened, but the trauma effect of it happening will be carried throughout their lives for them. It is just such... What the fuck is wrong with my people? What is wrong with my people? I don't understand. I don't understand. Somebody should beat the cowboy. With them bitches getting jail, they gonna get fucked up. People don't play with it, but when it comes to kids, you go to jail, they gonna fuck you up in jail, baby. And like St. Louis is so small. I told y'all about one of my experiences that I went there and I knew everybody in them bitch. It was like a high school reunion. St. Louis is so small that somebody in that jail know you or know them kids, and they may be friends or families. They gonna fuck you up when you get to jail. They gonna fuck you up. We're gonna slip on to my crazy international story real quick, y'all. Whew. All right, so I want to say yesterday in the Philippine airport in Manila, over 1,500 tortoises and tortoises. I said tortoises and tortoises. Turtles and tortoises were found duct taped and packaged in plastic Gladware containers in 4 suitcases. They were discovered by the Philippine Airport Authority because somebody had abandoned the luggage. Now, the Philippine people thinking that maybe they just abandoned them because they heard how strenuous the charges was going to be. If you were caught transporting these animals, you can get 2 years in jail plus a fine of 200,000 pesos. I don't know exactly how much that equates to in US dollars. But these turtles and tortoises were worth $87,000 on the US black market. I mean, they're on the black market, but $87,000 US dollars as far as equivalent to what their pesos are. I forgot exactly what the peso amount was. I want to say 136,000 pesos was equal to 87,000 US dollars. That's exactly what these turtles and tortoises are worth. And you thinking, what the fuck are they transporting turtles and shit for? Well, apparently, these animals have some type of medicinal qualities in traditional medicine in Asia. Also, the meat is a delicacy there. So, they said that the meat is an aphrodisiac. I'm like, so we out here eating turtle meat just so we could screw better. Or they using it like Spanish fly. I didn't get the how's it the aphrodisiac. They feeding people turtle meat so they can screw better, or they can use them to seduce people into screwing them as an aphrodisiac. And then they take the bones of these animals and grind them up and use them for medicinal purposes. That's the reason why they're so popular in the black market. Just last week, 3,300 turtles was confiscated on the Philippine seas or the Manila seas by Port Authority. In the same manner, they was able to get them to, I don't know what they fucking turtles up. I didn't realize the turtle population was that popular over in the Philippines. And but yeah, they anybody ever ate turtle soup or something like that, or y'all feasted off of delicacies? I know I got a lot of, I used to have a lot of world travelers here on the channel. Y'all ever ate turtle, and does it give y'all like the effect, y'all want to get busy type of effect? Like people say when you eat oysters supposed to be an aphrodisiac. You eat turtles and it's supposed to be an aphrodisiac. You eat chocolate, is that how turtles do the meat? And then you can use the bones, the ground up bones, for medicinal purposes. I don't know what it's supposed to cure. They didn't say, but that's what the report is saying. So that is my crazy international story. That's all I'm going to give y'all on that. We're going to roll right into Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith, y'all all know him. Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith's son. Okay. 20-year-old Jaden Smith has a foundation. And he said he's teaming up with First Trinity Missionary Baptist Church in Flint, Michigan, to provide clean water for these citizens. It's been forever, at least 5 to 6 years since we have became aware that Flint has this dirty ass water. It was going on long before we found out, but it's been 5 years since we found out, and they still don't have clean drinking water. Your dumbass president up here trying to take money to build a fucking wall, but won't take money to rebuild the infrastructure of the communities in which he presides over, to give them a better way of life, like providing clean fucking plumbing and piping in the damn city. It shouldn't take this motherfucking long. Now, I remember I did a PNTV probably 2 years ago. There was a black lady who had won the bid to help provide the plumbing and everything. They were not even supposed to start that project until 2020, I learned. But there are supposedly people or businesses that are currently replacing some plumbing. It doesn't really help much with the medical costs and everything, but Jaden Smith is going to take his foundation and he's going to provide mobile filtration systems to the citizens of Flint, the residents of Flint, so they can get clean drinking water or clean bathing water. Now, the reason why he teamed up with First Trinity or First Trinity Baptist Church, the reason why he teamed up with them, because this church has been instrumental in trying to provide bottled waters. They have provided over 5 billion bottles of water to Flint residents since this all has came to light. 5 billion. And the bottled water service is getting low. It's depleting up in there. I remember when it all really came out, people started donating water and shipping water up to Flint. Yeah, That stopped. People stopped doing that. Y'all don't see nobody doing that no more. Y'all don't see nobody shipping stuff down to Harvey no more. Y'all don't see people shipping stuff to the citizens in the Caribbean and Puerto Rico. Y'all don't see them doing that no more. We do the good fight like right then. But then there's still organizations out there, and there's still small groups of people out there who are still doing stuff for the greater good and helping out these citizens. And Jaden Smith, 20-year-old young man, you know, he says it's up to his generation to start making moves. The millennial generation is what they like to call themselves, and become an activist and a motivator in his lifetime. And this is one way that he's going to help. He's taking his foundation along with that church to provide mobile filtration systems. I do not know if they're going to get to every resident. I don't know how many he can provide. That I do not know. If y'all know that answer, drop that down in the comment section for me. But kudos and a big shout out to Jaden Smith. Before I get to this last story, if y'all want to hear about Jussie Smollett, if y'all want to hear about Billy Porter's dress, if y'all want to hear about Monique and Steve Harvey, watch the live that we did the other day. We had some fun in that live. I appreciate everybody who showed up and came through and chatted along with me. It's always great fun when we do those lives. And usually when I do them, I don't even want to do them at the time because I'll be like, and then I do them and I have so much fun. I'll be on the run of my mouth for a couple hours. Okay, so I did a PNTV live and talked about this story. On December 1st, there was a young lady named Jaden Smith that was supposedly killed by a panhandler. The story was that was provided by her husband, Keith Smith, that they pulled up to a light and there was a young lady with a baby, or a pregnant lady with a baby, who looked like she needed some help and was begging for money. The wife decided to give some money. Okay. When she did that, a man came out of nowhere, tried to snatch her wallet. There was a struggle, and he stabbed her to death in the car. That was the story that was put out. I don't know if y'all remember that story. If y'all not watching my PNTVs, I don't know why, but no. Anyway, that was the story that was put out. Last night, her husband, Keith Smith, age 52, and his daughter, Valerie Smith, or is it Victoria Smith? Make sure I get this half a name right. Valeria Smith, age 28, was arrested for the murder of Jaden Smith. They spun this whole story that the panhandler had killed this woman, but it turns out that Keith Smith and his daughter, who at the time identified herself as somebody named Siobhan, not Valeria or Valerie or whatever the fuck her name is Valeria, Valeria. She said her name was Siobhan at the time. Maybe that's her middle name, I don't know, but the police is like, yeah, she falsified her name at that time as well. They are the ones who killed this woman. Now, the reason why this was still being investigated because Jaden Smith's family didn't believe the story. Her brother Marcel was like, nah, So he been on the police's head since December about proving what really happened. They couldn't just let it go that this homeless person stabbed up my sister and can't nobody track them down and find him. It don't make sense to him. Nobody else seen it happen. There was no witnesses. It don't make sense to him. So her brother Marcel said, you know what, we need to stay on this. 2 weeks ago, Keith Smith moved out of the sister's house in Aberdeen and handed over the keys to Marcel and said, here you go, me and my family moving to Florida. Gave him the keys, took all the appliances and everything out of the house. That's what they told him, is moving to Florida. That caused great suspicion to Marcel. Marcel went to the police with that information. And so last night, Keith Smith and his daughter was picked up at the Mexico-Texas border trying to flee the country. I don't know if the daddy and the daughter had something going on because they kept saying the stepdaughter. Valeria or Valerie or Val, I'm going to call her Val. That was his daughter. It was Jacqueline's stepdaughter. But they are the ones that teamed up to kill this woman. As of right now, I do not know what the motive may have been. I don't know if there was supposed to be some financial gain. I know that she was an engineer. Maybe there was a large death benefit payout from her job. I don't know. But what we do know is that this caused a great stink on homeless people. Because remember, everybody was going around, this is why I don't give money to homeless people. This is why I don't, remember, I even said it myself. I don't give out money. I give food, but I ain't going to give out money. This is exactly... They preyed on the fears that the average everyday citizen may have when it comes to panhandlers, and they got people out here looking for somebody who don't fucking exist when it was really them. And as I said, like I said in the daycare story, what the fuck is wrong with my people? Like, what is going on? Everybody is crazy in this motherfucking world. They just killing people all willy-nilly and type of shit like that. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. You can't make me understand that shit. You can't make me understand that shit. That is all the stories that I got for y'all. I don't have no good note. I should have ended with Jaden Smith on the good note, huh? That he's providing all the stuff to Florida, to the Flint residents. Maybe I should have ended on that. It's Mardi Gras season, y'all. Y'all be safe out there. There's a lot of shit popping off here in Florida, and that I might try to pick up and go to. But it's Mardi Gras season. Y'all be safe. Be careful with your Uber drivers. Be safe out there on the roads, because like I said, the weather is bad. And a lot of places where there's a lot of partying going on, and that's the weather is hitting really bad. Y'all just take care. Thank y'all for watching. This has been PNTV, Poetry's News and Twisted Views on the Move, because I'm heading to work. All right, y'all. Peace.